You need about a good $2,000 just to kind of live here per month that you're spending on bills, because that's going to include light bill, maybe like internet and stuff like that, or different entertainment that you have in your house that you're going to dish out every month. It's just kind of like is what it is out here. What's up, world? It's your boy Ken and Corey, man. And today I want to do a quick video because I want to talk to you guys more about what it's like living here in Houston, Texas. And I might be talking a little fast because I have something to do right after this, but I just wanted to just crank out a video because I know that you guys have been tuning into this information and I got tons and tons of it. So let's get straight into it. And that is, what is the cost of living here in Houston, Texas? I actually did some research, took some notes earlier, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Plus, I'm gonna mix the research in with, with me actually living here in Houston, Texas. And the very first thing is, if you look up the cost of living in Houston, Texas, you're gonna see that like the average apartment is about $1,200. I definitely want to say that that's pretty accurate. I would actually even go as far as to say if you want like a decent apartment, like something to where you don't got to worry about bugs and stuff, or not too much crime or anything like that, then you should probably be aiming for like somewhere closer to like $1,400 or higher. And that's like going everywhere from like downtown all the way to like the outskirts of the city. I think the further you get outside, depending on what places you're in, you can find some better deals, some deals that are a little bit lower, like closer to $1,200 range, and you should be fine. As far as like if you guys are anything like me, you guys watch my channel because you want to live a life similar to me where you go out every now and then with friends and stuff, the average like amount of money that you're probably going to spend when you go out, let's say you only just get a drink and some food, you're probably going to spend about 23, 24, maybe about $25 on just you by yourself. When I Googled how much it was online for like the average plate here in Houston, it said that like at a medium or like a mid-sized type of restaurant, then you're probably going to be spending about $15 a plate on average. But to be honest with you, I feel like that average is way higher. Like I said, it's closer to like $25 a plate, just like if you just want to get a drink. And when I say drink, I mean like a soda or something, plus your meal. Yeah, it's probably going to be about $25. And then if you mess around and you want to get a hookah or something like that, hookahs out here on average are somewhere around like 30 bucks. If you're not going to like a social hour or a happy hour, but if you go somewhere like a door or the address someplace during their happy hours, you can find hookahs as cheap as maybe 11 to 15 bucks for a hookah. You just gotta catch it during the lunch times or the happy hour times. Not all of us have the luxury to be able to go all the way to downtown or all the way out to like the club area during our lunch times. As far as for me, I'm usually out and about, looking for things to do with some friends. So my average night on a weekend, let's say it's like a Saturday night, probably gonna spend about like 60 to 80 bucks just on myself if I want to go out and do something, whether it's get a hookah, maybe one or two drinks, some food in my system, and call it a night. That's if I'm trying to be pretty much like reserved in a way, because Houston, it seems to be getting a little bit more expensive now that a lot of people are starting to move here, which is another reason why I'm making so many videos about Houston. Usually I travel when I'm out and about, but since like I said, everyone's starting to move here, I kind of want to be like the go-to guy to give you the advice on where to go, because I'm already outside a lot. And I know a lot of people always DMing me and asking me questions. So I have a lot more coming up soon. I think my next video is going to be teaching you guys about how to come out to Houston if you're like on a solo trip. I actually got that message today from a friend of mine. So I'm going to be working on giving you guys some tips on how to come out here to Houston if you're not necessarily coming to live, but if you want to come out to just be here for a weekend, or if you just want to be here by yourself because you just heard a lot about this city and you want to know what it's like, then I'm going to be dropping you guys another video. But as far as the cost of living here in Houston, I definitely think it's going up. Like I said, an apartment is somewhere close to around $1,400 a month. If you want to go out on the weekend, eat some food and stuff like that, it's going to be about $25 if it's just like a randomly at Applebee's or something like that. But if you want to go out, then you're going to be spending probably 65, 70 bucks by yourself if you just want to go out for the weekend. As far as a couple other things, like light bills and stuff like that, people have been having their light bill go up and down, especially like in the summertime. I have friends who said their light bill has been as high as maybe like $500 or $600 a month, which can get pretty crazy. My light bill usually is somewhere around like $250, maybe $300 if I've been like using too much electricity on my own, because it's just me by myself. So I want you to keep that in mind as well. So if you have an apartment that's like $1,400 a month, and then you should probably calculate that your light bill plus your rent is going to be somewhere around $1,800 and $1,900 a month. if you want to stay out here in Houston. So I will go ahead and say just you need about a good $2,000 just to kind of live here per month that you're spending on bills, because that's going to include light bill, maybe like internet and stuff like that, or different entertainment that you have in your house that you're going to dish out every month. It's just kind of like is what it is out here. I'm not exactly sure how that compares to a lot of different places right now because I've been in Houston for the past 4 or 5 years. And before I lived in Houston, I lived in Florida. And before Florida, I lived in North Carolina. And one thing I can say is like when I compare North Carolina to Houston, I had a 2-bedroom apartment in North Carolina on the 3rd floor, very nice, almost luxury style type apartment, and it was only like $960 a month. It wasn't even $1,000 a month. Now I'm out here in Houston, and my apartment is $1,200 a month, and it's only 1 bedroom. But it's actually more of a townhouse, so I guess it's kind of similar or maybe worth more. I'm not exactly sure. But I just want to kind of give you some things out there to think about, man, because if you think about coming out here and you don't really have a solid plan on like how you're going to have income, you may be out of luck, or you may find yourself struggling and thinking about going back home and feeling like, a failure. Not saying you are a failure, but feeling like a failure because you didn't really realize how hard it was going to be being out here. So just make sure you guys have a full plan. Make sure you have a solid stream of income. I would say have a couple like sources of income so you guys can be comfortable out here. Me, I have a couple different things going on, but I guess I could save that really for like another video. If you guys have any other questions and you guys want me to talk about some more things when it comes to the cost of living of Houston that I didn't think about because I'm kind of just spitballing off the top of my head, then leave them down in the comment and I'll make another dedicated video about this topic and get a little bit more in depth and maybe even take you guys out and show you guys some of the things I'm talking about. Tonight, I'm going to be going out bowling with some friends of mine and I'm going to be making a video about that. So there's going to be a whole other content video coming very soon right after this one. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. More content on the way. Keep aiming for the top, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.